Hello, my name is Xixuan. I'm first-year physics major student. Today, I'm going to talk about what activities the first human immigrants should engage in on Mars, besides food cultivation. Before talking about the activities, we should take a look at human necessities. The most important is water and oxygen. Besides the first-level necessities, humans should construct shelter to prevent radiation. After ensured survival, humans should prepare for terraforming the Mars and research life form on Mars. So I believe there are 5 activities humans should engage in: gathering water, producing oxygen, constructing settlement, preparing for terraform, researching the Mars. These activities are actually involved with each other. They are not separate with each other. Now I'm going to talk about the first activity, gathering water. Does water exist on Mars? Yes, according to NASA, Phoenix Mars lander found the evidence of frozen water and carbon dioxide in Martian polar in 2008. MRO provided evidence that liquid water flows on Mars, though the quantity is not confirmed yet. So I believe there are 3 ways to gather water: unfreeze the ice on North and South poles, dig deep in underwater to get water, and extract water from the atmosphere. Actually, unfreezing the ice is related to terraforming the Mars. To make Mars suitable to live, humans have to use greenhouse effect to raise the surface temperature. Greenhouse effect is that greenhouse gases in atmosphere absorb heat radiated from the planet. This process can warm up the surface of the planet to sustain life. However, Mars' atmosphere is too thin, so it cannot absorb enough heat to sustain life. So the best way to create greenhouse effect is to unfreeze the ice cap to release carbon dioxide, which is greenhouse gases. Then, how to unfreeze the ice cap? An inventory way is to build a huge mirror to reflect sunlight back to the Mars surface, especially to the South Pole ice. The carbon dioxide would thicken the atmosphere. At the same time, the ice would also be unfrozen, and people can use the water as life supply. However, building a huge mirror would be costly. Another speculation is that underground water exists, but no one knows it is true or not. To ensure the first generation has life supply, the temporary method of gathering water is to extract water from atmosphere. By NASA, the humidity of Mars' atmosphere is 100%. Besides solving water dilemma, oxygen dilemma also needs solution. NASA's MOXIE module can produce oxygen from carbon dioxide. The MOXIE can collect carbon dioxide from Martian atmosphere, which contains 95% carbon dioxide. Then the module can electrically turn carbon dioxide to oxygen and carbon. However, the disadvantage is electricity consuming. The first generation would be hard to produce so much energy. Also, since humans cannot breathe 80% carbon dioxide blending with oxygen, so they have to blend nitrogen with oxygen. Another permanent way is to transplant Earth trees. After ice are unfrozen, water flow around the Mars. Humans can plant trees, and photosynthesis would produce oxygen, though it would take so many years for a mirror being built. So the first generation would not have chance to take action a permanent way of producing oxygen. The first generation would face sun radiation and cosmic radiation. Mars has thin atmosphere, enough for preventing sun radiation but not enough for cosmic radiation. In conclusion, the permanent way is to thicken Martian atmosphere, but it would take thousands of years and the first generation cannot complete it. The temporary method is to construct settlement to avoid the radiation. Cosmic radiation is easy to penetrate metal, so people have to live meters under the regolith. The shelter's material can be found on Mars. to make plastic and metal to construct the shelter. Even though terraforming would take thousands of years, the first generation could begin to prepare. There are three important points for terraforming: to raise the temperature, to raise the oxygen level, and to thicken the atmosphere. During water section and oxygen section, I talk about the possibility of building a huge mirror to create greenhouse effect, which builds up atmosphere and raises temperature. Then transplanting trees would raise oxygen level. The only problem is that building mirror would be costly, and the trees would consume carbon dioxide to cool the Mars down. Nevertheless, bacterial reaction can be used to produce methane and ammonia, which is also greenhouse gases, compensating the consumed carbon dioxide. The shortcut is that the basic reaction needs water, which human needs at the beginning. Also, humans do not know if they can control the bacteria or not, especially the possibility of genetically change on Mars. So the best way is to build huge mirror and feed bacteria uncontrolled. Then it would form a cycle. Trees produce oxygen and cause carbon dioxide, and bacteria produce methane to thicken the atmosphere and to keep greenhouse effect. However, the first generation cannot do so much. Then they would to begin to build up the huge mirror and do bacterial experiments. Research is also an important step. Is water enough for future human generation? What is climate like on Mars? Would Mars keep humid for the further years? Is there any life form on Mars? Or was there life form on Mars? Can humans awaken them? There are so many questions that the first generation need to find, and the answer could relate it to human lives on Mars and life form of the universe.